What's good, y'all? Hope you're doing well today so far. Today, I'm going to be reviving one of my mini-series in my YouTube channel called Overhyped. I have a video about Parfums de Mardi Layton and Mancera Red Tobacco. So if you want to go watch those videos to get an idea of how this video series works, feel free to watch those videos. But today, I'm going to be going over Mancera's Red Tobacco. In my last video about top 10 winter fragrances, if you want full-on beast mode, this was on that list, and that made me want to talk about it today because this has been hyped to death for the past 5-6 years, and a lot of people are wondering, is it overhyped? Is it worth it? Let's talk about it. So Red Tobacco was released in 2017. In the top, you have saffron, cinnamon, incense, nutmeg, white peach, green apple, and Nepalese oud. In the mid, you have patchouli leaves and jasmine. And in the base, you have tobacco, amber, woody notes, vetiver, vanilla pods, and white musk. By the way, that note breakdown was from Mancera's official website in the US. This fragrance got so much hype and popularity, and it sold so well that in 2024, they flankered it with Red Tobacco Intense, which I really want to try. So just a heads up, this is an eau de parfum concentration. Red Tobacco Intense, I actually don't remember if that's eau de parfum or the straight de parfum. The opening is extremely intense. I mean, intense. There's a reason I call this the Red Beast. A lot of people used to complain about the opening, about the oregano and the spices in Interlude, man, from Amouage. Similar play here, just done very differently. The spices in here are just amped up to 20. The oud in here, very scratchy and dark. It's very smoky, and it just lasts for a long time. That opening lingers in for a while. This is a definite try before you buy. When you get into the heart, that initial spiciness and pungentness just calms down a little bit. Some of the sweeter base notes start coming in to balance everything out. The tobacco becomes the star of the show towards the mid. It's a sweet, slightly earthy, dusty tobacco. The dry down on this is money though. Very inviting. It's still very loud, but the spices have been toned down. The sweetness starts becoming the star of the show. The tobacco in particular. Vanilla and amber do play a role in here too. There is a resinous type of sweetness without being overly thick, but it's still extremely loud, attention grabbing, and potentially compliment getting. And you start getting some more woodiness in the base as well, along with the sweetness. Projects like there's no tomorrow, lasts forever. That opening in particular lasts at least an hour plus, sometimes even 2 hours, depending on how much you spray. Longevity is absurd as well. 12 plus hours is already just a lot of your day, but the fact this could push potentially 24 hours, easily above 18 hours, is just mind-numbingly dumb.
I have no idea.
Take a ride on that hitter.
Boom!
Oh my God!
Oliveira goes down!
Holy shit!
When should you wear a fragrance like this? Perfect for the dead of winter, very cold fall days. Actually quite versatile, leans daytime, nighttime-ish. That's just dumb. Why did I say that?
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
You could wear this either daytime or nighttime, but because of that opening, you would probably want to be in a very open space where the air can, whisk away a lot of the thickness in this scent. Pro tip though, if you do want to be crazy and wear this in close spaces, spray on Red Tobacco at least an hour, even 2 hours before you go to where you want to go. You don't need to worry about the projection and the longevity because this sticks on you like glue. Who is this fragrance for? My opinion, this does lean extremely masculine, especially that opening. The dry down does kind of lean a little bit unisex, but still leaning more on the masculine side. This is for someone who loves bombastically loud fragrances, who loves a warm, spicy fragrance. People who love tobacco will love this. On Mancera's website in the US, this is $200 retail. On discounters like Joma Shop, Frag Flex, and a bunch of other discounters, you could very easily find this between that $85 to $100 range, over 50% off. At that price point, this becomes a fantastic value buy. Mancera does sell testers. No, they don't. What am I talking about?
And we have seen the very real impacts that misinformation on these apps can have.
Discounters do sell testers of this, which makes it a little cheaper sometimes. And there's also 60 milliliter bottles or 2 flow ounce bottles if you don't want the full 4 ounce 120 milliliter bottle. Those will be cheaper as well. Pros to this fragrance. Number one, on discounters, this is a very affordable niche fragrance. It's not really common for you to use the word affordable and niche in the same sentence. In my opinion, an affordable niche fragrance is below $150 on US discounters. Another pro, the performance, again, beastly, will linger on you like there's no tomorrow. If the world ended and you sprayed this right before the world ended, the world would kind of smell like this. That's how much performance it has.
We're taking over!
But the dry down in particular with this fragrance is just really, really pleasant, compliment getting, very inviting and nice. My favorite part of the fragrance is that dry down. It is also one of the most popular Mancera fragrances, so it's easily available on discounters on a regular basis. Maybe once in a while they might run low in stock, but don't worry, it will come back in stock at some point. And for those who don't like absurdly big bottles or absurdly loud fragrances but do like the smell of this, you could buy a 60 milliliter bottle. You could even find samples online, so very readily available in different sizes. That's another big pro. What are some cons to this fragrance? In my opinion, the biggest con is that opening. As much as I like the dry down on this, the opening is just way too much, even for someone like me who has been familiar with fragrances for the past 6-7 years. Oh, I did not mean to do that.
Shut your bitch ass up!
Oh well, let's continue on, I guess. That opening not only being really loud, it lingers on for a very long time. And for those who don't like that opening, you're not gonna really like this fragrance because it lasts for at least an hour, sometimes even 2 to 3 hours. And not everybody wants a beast mode fragrance. Some people just want a second skin or a very light fragrance to wear to work. This is not it. This is, again, another standout piece. Something you wear when you want to grab attention, or in the case of it, when you spray it for 2 hours before you leave. That dry down is fantastic. You just want to be very inviting to other people. Another con, you're not going to be able to try this at most big box retailers. I'm talking your Sephora's, your Macy's, your Dillard's. There are other certain specific stores that will carry Mancera fragrances. One place that I did try this at a long time ago, they are available in certain parts of the United States, is Scent Bar. Scent Bar is Lucky Scent's physical store. So Lucky Scent is a very popular online fragrance retailer. They do have discounts sometimes. You're going to be able to try as many niche fragrances as you have. Not as you have, as you please. I'm dumb today.
What's it say? Taste Tuesday, right? Today's Wednesday.
And again, do not blind buy this. That's another big con. Do not blind buy this. I blind bought it. That was not a smart move.
2 + 2 not knowing what the fuck it is, bitch.
If you look at that juice level, I haven't really sprayed this that much, and I've had this bottle for about 3.5 years. I do like that dry down. It's just that opening is way too much. Now that I smelled it out the atomizer, that's another thing I forgot to mention. To my nose, this has a slight Play-Doh-y feel. I can't get it out of my head. The first time I smelled it, I think I said it in my first impressions of this fragrance. It has a Play-Doh quality to it, and I still smell it to this day. So at the end of the day, is this thing overhyped? In my opinion, it is. Does it mean that it's a bad fragrance? No. Does it mean that it's an amazing fragrance? No. But what this is a fantastic value niche fragrance that gives you a true niche fragrance experience. This is quite a good fragrance, but it does smell very similar to something like Parfums de Mardi Carlisle, There is the Red Tobacco Intense flank to this that I'm dying to try. I'm afraid of blind buying it. That's why I don't have it yet. Don't blind buy, by the way.
He cashed in the money, evidently used it on buying a bunch of donuts, okay?
Because of that super bombastic opening and how long it lasts, as well as just the beast mode performance of this fragrance, for me, it's a very situational wear. When I bought this, I was in college at Syracuse University. Good luck to y'all out there right now because it's cold as a motherfucker. I don't miss that at all. In an environment where it's very cold, amazing value buy right here if you want a niche experience. However, if it's not cold where you live, remotely cold at all, and when I mean cold, I mean anything under 45 degrees. If it's not under 45 degrees in your place, this is going to be a very situational wear because this thrives in the cold weather. The cold weather tames this enough to where it will be more pleasant. If you live in an environment where I live now, where we barely reach under 50 degrees at nighttime, you're not gonna get a lot of wear out of this. That's what's happened to me. So hopefully you like this different video. I'm happy to bring it back. And there's a couple other fragrances I want to bring into this mini series. Comment down below what fragrance you would want me to do next. Give a like to the video, and I will see you soon.